If you're tired of dying 30 seconds into your factory raids, or not knowing where any of the extracts are, this factory map guide for 2025 is exactly what you need. Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Ghost. Today we're breaking down everything about Factory and Escape from Tarkov. We're going to cover the factory map layout, including ways to orient yourself on the map. After that, we're going to cover the extracts, the bosses you can encounter here, and even a rundown of the loot. I'll also give you some advanced fighting and movement tips that I've picked up across thousands of hours of playing this game. Whether you're brand new to Tarkov or just looking to sharpen your CQB skills, this guide will help you survive and improve your game fast. Factory is Tarkov's smallest and most intense map. Raids last for about 20 minutes during the day and 25 at night. There can be up to 8 PMCs on the map and what seems like an endless wave of player scavs. Despite there only being 8 PMCs in the start, I promise it's going to feel like there's 20 or 30 once the bullets start flying. Factory is a compact industrial complex with a few floors on the inside and even one on the outside in 2025. We are going to use the ground level of the factory to identify where the extracts are. The underground tunnels that run underneath that are great if you want to flank, escape, and actually extract as well. In addition, there are tons of catwalks you need to be aware of. Veteran players like to climb up onto them because new players rarely check up there, so they're easy kills. Factory is designed for fast, chaotic engagement. This is perfect for you to practice your PvP mechanics, movement, and audio awareness. The general loot on Factory is decent, but it's not really a money map, it's a gunfight map. You're primarily going to come to Factory to increase your combat skills, do some early quests, and maybe some quick gear runs. I know a lot of players like to use their player scav to get gear in this map, but honestly a much better use of your player scav is to bring them to reserve to get barter items and good ammo, or to send them to Shoreline or Lighthouse for that easily accessible high tier loot. Because Factory is so small, spawn knowledge is everything. You'll usually spawn in one of the warehouse rooms, near the forklift area, by the medical tents, or even in one of the underground tunnels. To help make things simple, in this section we're going to discuss how you orient yourself on the ground floor. To do this, we're going to divide the ground floor into 4 sections with the office area operating as our north or guide point. I will include some key landmarks in each section so you can quickly identify where you are. First, let's discuss the office area. This is located in the middle of the northern part of the map. It's made up of 3 different floors. The ground floor has some storage and an office space. The middle floor is a war-torn bathroom that has a way to get in and out of the office. And the 3rd floor features a locked door, a breachable door you'll need to go in for a few early quests, and an office room that has a safe and other lootable objects inside like cabinets. The first section of the map that we're going to talk about is going to be to the right of the office area. This is going to run from the forklift spawn all the way to the south, up to the Gate 3 extract in the top right. Some key landmarks here are the stairs that lead up to the office and some platforms surrounding what appear to be oil or gas tanks. It's common to see players up on the rafters. They're getting there from the 3rd floor of the office area, so be aware of that and expect vertical combat in addition to scanning your normal sectors. The second section we're going to talk about is to the left of the offices. This basically stretches from the offices all the way to the Gate 0 extract in the top left corner. Some key landmarks here are going to be the connexes and the flat platform that gets you right up to the 2nd floor of the office area. Once again, be aware of players that climbed onto the rafters from the 3rd floor of the office. The middle section of the map includes the 3 giant silos that begin in the basement and go through to the main level. The final section will be what I'm going to refer to as the medical area. This has the med tent extract all the way to the south if you enter the doors just behind the medical tents. The underground on Factory mirrors the ground floor. The 3 most identifiable landmarks you can use as reference points when you're underground are the 3 silos, the flooded area, and the ramp with the forklift on it. Look for these when you're underground to orient yourself as you learn the routes. Now let's take a look at the extracts. For PMCs, there are 5 main extracts. All are always available, but some require specific conditions to access. Gate 3 is your main extract. This is always open for PMCs. Gate 3 is located on the ground floor to the right of the stairs leading up to the office. You'll know you're there when you see a metal gate and the number 3 painted on it. To use this extract, just head through the doors and to the back of the extract. Be careful though, as this is one of the most camped spots on the map. Filthy extract campers like to sit inside here for easy kills. Just kidding about calling them filthy, you can't blame them. In Tarkov, you're never safe and you shouldn't let your guard down until you're back in your stash. Gate 0 will be your next extract. Gate 0 is always open for PMCs, and it's located on the ground floor in the top left section of the map. You'll know you're there when you see a metal gate with a 0 painted above it. Just head through the doors and to the back to extract. The med tent gate is another extract you can take. This is always open for PMCs. It's located on the ground floor in the bottom medical tent section of the map. Just go through the tents and then unlock the door in the back to use this extract. You will need a factory emergency exit key to open this door. This Cellar Extract is located just down the stairs and through this door below the forklift room spawn. If you've got the factory emergency exit key, you can use this extract when you're trapped, maybe you have good loot, or maybe you want to avoid extract campers. The Courtyard Gate Extract is located just outside. Head out there through the office to reach this. You can exit the offices many different ways, but the main one that I use is the window through the second floor bathroom. Once you're outside, just head to the gate with this card, Extract. For scavs, you have a few different extract options. The main two are the camera bunker door, which is located in the tunnel underground, and the other one is the office window. To get to the camera bunker door, jump down to the tunnel area from the ground floor silos. From there, head down the short tunnel and you'll find the extract by this door. To use the office window, just go to the third story of the office area and approach the windows. Check your extract list to see where you're supposed to go. We've mentioned it a few times, but the factory emergency exit key is one of the best keys in Tarkov. This key not only opens multiple exits here, but it's also very useful for the customs map and you'll need it for some quests later. Don't sell this key if you find it. Keep it secret, keep it safe. Also, keep this in mind when you're playing factory. The key to surviving in Tarkov is sound discipline. Every footstep on metal, every door slam, every sprint echoes all throughout the map. If you can master positioning and audio cues here, every other map in Tarkov will feel much easier. Now let's discuss the bosses. Tagilla is the main boss on factory. He has many spawns and moves around constantly, so he has to be expected everywhere you go on this map. Tagilla typically wears a class 5 mask, so you'll need high penetrating rounds if you want to shoot him in the face. His vest is also class 6, so this can be tough to get through as well. If you're not running high pen rounds, I recommend aiming for the back of his head or his legs. He can spawn with a variety of guns like his shotgun, but if you're close enough, typically he'll just sprint towards you and smash you with his hammer. Good luck. Cultists can also spawn on factory during night raids. Just like Tagilla, you should expect them to be anywhere. Now let's cover the typical loot that you can expect on factory. Factory does not have high value items like labs or reserve, but it's perfect for consistent, low risk loot runs. Here's the main loot you're going to find on factory. Toolboxes and jackets are scattered all throughout the map. Toolboxes are great for hideout upgrades and barter items, and jackets can give you valuable keys. There are a handful of weapon crates scattered around the map as well. These are great for getting new weapons or maybe some attachments. A handful of dead scavs can be found around the map. These can hold decent loot, including armor and meds. Again, factory isn't really a loot heavy map, but factory can easily net you 100k to 300k rubles per run if you loot efficiently and extract safely. If you really want to profit from factory, then drop the players and pick up their gear. I promised you some PvP tips and survival strategies, so let's talk about that now. Factory is pure chaos. Every raid starts with gunfire, but you can use this chaos to your advantage. Know your sounds. Listen for combat taking place near spawns. In 9 out of 10 factory raids, you can generally tell where everyone is in the first 15 seconds because of the gunfire. I recommend you let them fight and then position yourself to clean up the stragglers. As you move around, pay attention to the verticality of the factory map. If you hear movement above you, like on the rafters, don't just walk around blindly. Try to figure out where they're hiding up there. You can even up your PvP game by changing your own elevation often. This will confuse your enemies and breaks their audio tracking. I recommend you practice climbing around on this map and don't just keep your boots on the ground. Grenades are your best friend on factory. The small rooms make grenades insanely effective. You can use them to clear the office or force players out of hiding. I don't recommend you camp the extracts. I recommend you learn to rotate. Extract campers here are so common, but they're also predictable. If you hear someone hiding in gate 3, for example, and you don't have grenades to get them out, just move through the tunnels or find another exit if you have the factory key. Offline mode is your friend. Factory is one of the best maps to train recoil, movement, and your audio awareness. You can practice in offline mode against AI scavs, and once you're comfortable, you can switch to online mode for the PvP fights. I also recommend you bring a flashlight to handle the dark areas. Factory is a very dark map. If you find the factory emergency exit key, remember to keep it forever. And if you really want to get good at fighting in Tarkov, you should spam the factory map often. Every time you wipe the map, it's going to feel so sweet, and every death here is going to be a lesson. Once you master PvP and combat on factory, the rest of Tarkov is going to feel much easier. Factory sharpens your reflexes, your audio skills, and your nerves under pressure. And that is your complete factory map guide for 2025 and Escape from Tarkov. If this video helped you out, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Tarkov content. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything else you'd like to see in these guides. Next up, we're going to be tackling the Woods map. Although this map is really big, I don't find Woods to be as confusing as a lot of players find it to be. As always, thank you for watching. I'm Ghost, and I'll see you in the next raid.